press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Good morning, students. In first PUC physics, we have studied different types of motion. Motion along a straight line, motion in a plane, uniform circular motion. There we have studied motion of the body by using set of equations of motion. If acceleration is constant, then in dynamics we have used Newton's laws of motion. Later we have studied rotational motion, combination of translational and rotational, that is what we call rolling motion. Now we shall discuss oscillations. As per NEET and JEE concern, today we shall start with synopsis. What are the important points we should see to solve the problems on this oscillation chapter in competitive examination? First, we shall see what is periodic motion. The name itself indicating motion is periodic. Periodic means the motion repeats periodically. So the motion is said to be periodic motion if a particle moves over and over along the same path after regular intervals of time. That is, the motion repeats after every definite regular interval of time. You see examples. Revolution of the earth around the sun, that is, the revolution of the earth repeats, that is, continues after every 365 days. The earth will take 365 days to complete one revolution around the sun. After 365 days, the motion will continue. The motion will repeat. Not only earth, planetary motion, almost planets revolving around the sun in the same way. And also revolution of the earth or rotation of the earth about its polar axis. Rotation of earth about its own axis. So here time period will be 24 hours, that is 1 day. The time after which the periodic motion will repeat is nothing but time period. Here, as earth takes 24 hours to complete one revolution about its own axis. If you take the clock, motion of the hands of the clock, that is our hand ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ after every 12 hours the hour hand will repeat its motion. If you take a minute hand will take 60 minutes. After every 60 minutes the motion of the minute hand will repeat it. So generally such motion represented by periodic functions. Periodic functions, we shall see what are periodic functions. Then oscillatory or vibratory motion. Oscillatory or vibratory motion. In this motion, the motion of the particle is confined within well-defined limits. So here, the motion of the particle is back and forth. So here the particle or the body moves to and fro or back and forth about a fixed point. That at fixed point net force will be 0. That fixed point is called equilibrium point or equilibrium position. In oscillatory or vibratory motion, the motion of the particle or the body is confined between two extreme well-defined limits. Example, oscillations of pendulum of wall clock or load attached to the spring. When certain load is attached to the spring, if the load is slightly pulled from its equilibrium position, and if it is released by pulling the load from its equilibrium position to some extent and it is left there, then the load attached to the spring will start to execute oscillatory motion. After this, these oscillatory or vibratory motions generally represented by harmonic functions. Harmonic motion. What are the harmonic functions? Generally, y is equal to a sin omega t. Harmonic function, argument of sine or cosine. Y is equal to a cos omega t. Y is equal to a sin omega t plus b cos omega t. So harmonic motion can be represented by these harmonic functions like sin theta, cos theta, or even linear combination, linear combination of harmonic functions. I will tell you why this sine, cosine, and combination of the sine and cosine functions will represent harmonic or oscillatory motion. So in this case, the equation can be represented by, here very important term, while you add the two harmonic functions, here A and B are amplitudes and the resultant wave can be represented by y is equal to r sine of omega t plus phi or theta, we shall write theta. That is, combination of these two is also a sinusoidal function, that is also a harmonic function. Here R is resultant amplitude. So individual functions ಅಲ್ಲಿ amplitude A B ಆಗಿದೆ. Combination of these two is also represents a harmonic motion. So but with resultant amplitude. As amplitude is a vector quantity, you can use formula for the calculation of resultant amplitude just by using parallelogram law of vector addition. Here I have written phi. Phi is the phase difference between two functions. What is the phase difference between sine and cos? Again here cos theta can be written as sine of 90 plus omega t. So 90 plus omega t is nothing but cos omega t. What is the phase difference between these two? 90 degrees. So general formula here. In this case, resultant amplitude is equal to a square square root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos 90. Third term ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. R is equal to a square plus b square. Then what is the phase of the resultant wave? That means when you add the two vectors of amplitudes, when you add the two amplitudes A and B, once you know the phase difference between these two, what is the phase difference? Then the resultant amplitude is calculated by the formula R is equal to square root of A square plus B square. Here phi is equal to 90 degrees. But what is the angle made by the resultant with one wave? That is tan theta. Very important thing. Many times asked in JEE examination. The two functions may be, two waves may be, or two functions may be of same amplitude or it may be different amplitude. There may be some other phase difference between these two. In such case, tan theta is equal to b by a. You know, in vector addition, tan alpha is equal to b sin theta divided by a plus b cos theta. Here instead of theta, I have taken phase difference as phi. To know the angle made by the resultant with one vector, you can see phi is 90, sin 90 is 1, b. The denominator you can see cos 90 is 0. So phi is tan theta is equal to b by a, or theta is equal to tan inverse of b by a. So here harmonic function, harmonic motion represented by either sin omega t or cos omega t or even linear combination of harmonic functions. ತರ ಎರಡು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನಿಕ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅದು ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನಿಕ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Now main topic of this chapter is special type of oscillatory motion. Special type of oscillatory motion, that is simple harmonic motion. As we have seen the difference between these two, you should remember the conclusion. All periodic motions are oscillatory only. Sorry. First of all, for a motion to be oscillatory, it must be periodic. Subject to correction, all oscillations, oscillatory motions are periodic. That is, once the motion is oscillatory motion, it must be periodic. But all periodic motion are need not to be oscillatory. So if the motion is periodic, it may or may not be oscillatory motion. So as we have seen conditions required for the oscillatory motion. Now SHM, simple harmonic motion. This is what our main concept of this present chapter, simple harmonic motion. Simple harmonic motion. As we have studied characteristics of simple harmonic motion, you know very well. For a particle or a body or a system to say that it is executing simple harmonic motion, first of all, it must be a periodic. It must be a periodic motion. Periodic motion ಆದರೆ ಸಾಕಾ? ಅಲ್ಲ. So, in addition to this, here again simple harmonic motion, here I am classifying into two cases. If suppose the particle is moving back and forth about a fixed point along a straight line. If the particle moving to and fro or back and forth about the fixed point O along a straight line, it is linear SHM, linear simple harmonic motion. In this linear simple harmonic motion, at the fixed point, or the point at which net force acting on the particle is zero is called equilibrium position. When the particle or the body is slightly displaced from this equilibrium position, suppose if the particle is slightly displaced from this equilibrium position to a new point through a small distance, let us say x, then there is always one force which is acting on this particle, which is bringing back the particle to the equilibrium position. Whenever the particle is acted by a restoring force, what you call that force? Restoring force. Punasthapaka bala means which is bringing back to the initial position, bringing back the particle to the equilibrium position. So that force is directly proportional to the displacement. What is the displacement you are given from the equilibrium? Accordingly, that much of force must be acting on the particle. That force is equal to minus kx. On removal of this proportionality, you can see a constant k. So this constant is called force constant, ಅಥವಾ restoring force constant. So the force acting on the particle is directly proportional to the displacement and always directed towards equilibrium position. You see, the same statement you can also say in another form, as force is equal to mass into acceleration. So A is equal to minus k, F is equal to minus kx, F is equal to ma, k by m into x. So A is equal to minus omega square x. You can see simple harmonic motion is the motion in which if the particle is moving to and fro about a fixed point in such a way that its acceleration is directly proportional to the displacement and always directed towards the equilibrium position. You can see in this equation, if x is positive, A is negative. That is, if the particle is moving towards the positive x direction, the acceleration is towards origin, that is negative. If x is negative, that is, if the particle is moving along the negative x direction, the acceleration is positive. You can see in both the cases, the acceleration is always towards the equilibrium position. The same thing you can also write in equation. There are a number of examples. There are many systems which will exhibit this simple harmonic motion. you have to check the validity. It may be given by any equation. To confirm that whether the particle is executing simple harmonic motion or not, you must verify this equation. A is equal to minus omega square x. That is, A is equal to minus omega square into x. If you multiply with mass on both sides, minus m omega square into x. So you know, acceleration is second order differentiation of displacement. You can take x or y. X ತಗೋಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ y ತಗೋಬಹುದು ನೀವು. So d square x by dt square. D square x by dt square is nothing but acceleration is equal to minus some constant. Here m omega square is nothing but k, force constant, kx. So m into d square x by dt square plus kx is equal to 0. So if and only if any particle or a system satisfies this equation, then only it is called simple harmonic motion. You can see in the place of force constant k is equal to what is there? M omega square. Omega here, omega is angular frequency. Omega square is equal to k by m. Omega is equal to root of k by m, as omega is equal to 2 pi by t if you want to know the time period. That is equal to 2 pi f if you want to know the frequency, is equal to k by m. So from there t is equal to 2 pi root of m by k. General expression for the time period of a system which is executing simple harmonic motion. So in general, mass is inertia factor. Here k is force factor अथवा spring factor. Why? In many cases, in simple harmonic motion, the mass m and spring constant अथवा force constant अथवा restoring force constant k may keep on change. They may take a new form. M and k can be replaced with other symbols, but it must satisfy the general expression for the time period of simple harmonic motion. This is basic idea about the simple harmonic motion. Now, one more important parameter here you must remember. In simple harmonic motion, whatever may be the amplitude, what is amplitude? What is amplitude in simple harmonic motion? As the particle is moving back and forth about the fixed point, that is equilibrium position, what is the maximum displacement of the particle from equilibrium position? The maximum displacement of the particle in simple harmonic motion on either side, that is why here magnitude. The magnitude of maximum displacement of the particle on either side of equilibrium position is called amplitude. So whatever may be this amplitude, time period not at all depends on amplitude. That is, in simple harmonic motion, time period is independent of amplitude. Now, we shall see other characteristics of a body or a particle when it is in simple harmonic motion. First, I will take uniform circular motion. So if the particle is moving in circular path, such that if it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, then the motion is said to be uniform circular motion. Here in this uniform circular motion, motion of the particle is taken along the circumference of the circle. Here you see, when the particle is moving along the circumference of the circle, for example, if the motion of the particle starts from x, if it goes to y, the time taken by the particle will be t by 4. Y to x dash to y dash to x. Again, if the particle reaches to the initial position, now one oscillation is said to be completed. One revolution is said to be completed. The time taken by the particle to complete one revolution is nothing but time period. Means after every time capital T, that is time period, the motion of the particle repeats. Time taken by the particle to go from x to y to x dash to y dash to x is equal, that is equal to t by 4. That is why we are saying here uniform circular motion. So here motion of the particle is periodic. Uniform circular motion is example for the periodic but not simple harmonic motion. When the motion of this particle is projected, so projection of uniform circular motion. ಈಗ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೋಷನ್. Suppose the particle goes from x to some point, let us say P. The particle during its motion over the circumference of the circle, at some stage, if the particle is found to be at P, if you draw the perpendicular on this diameter, if you draw the perpendicular onto this diameter, the foot of the perpendicular, let us say it is at some point N. As the particle is moving over the circumference of the circle, this projection, that is this foot of the perpendicular, moves back and forth about O. Suppose initially the particle is at P. Where the foot of the perpendicular, it will be at O. When the particle go to the point P, the foot of the perpendicular go to N. When the particle goes to Y, the foot of the perpendicular will be there itself. As the particle is coming from Y to x dash, the foot of the perpendicular will move from Y to O. When the particle moves from x dash to y dash, the foot of the perpendicular will go y dash to x, the foot of the perpendicular will go to O. Andre, if the particle is moving over the circumference of the circle, then its projection on this diameter will move back and forth about the fixed point O. Andre, projection of uniform circular motion. Projection of uniform circular motion on any diameter of a reference of circle is good example for SHM. But uniform circular motion is not as SHM. Uniform circular motion is periodic motion only. Here, at some instant, if the particle is covered some angular displacement, let us say omega t, theta I is equal to omega t. So omega is angular velocity, rate of change of angular displacement. So angular displacement is equal to omega t. So if a particle covers angular displacement theta in a time equal to t seconds, then the foot of the perpendicular will be at n. That is, when the particle goes from x to p, the foot of the perpendicular will go from O to n. So what is the displacement of this particle? What is the displacement of the foot of the perpendicular? We are speaking about SH here. So then you can define trigonometric ratio sin theta. So sin theta is equal to, from this right angle triangle ONP, sin theta is equal to, udaharanege capital A is the radius of the circle. What is the maximum distance traveled by the projection of the foot of the perpendicular? A. So that is sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. Y by A. Y is equal to A sin theta. So y is equal to A sin omega t. So this is the equation which is representing displacement of the particle in simple harmonic motion. Remember, the foot of the perpendicular, that is the projection of the uniform circular motion, can also taken as x-axis. X direction melenu tagabodu. Avaga x is equal to A sin omega t you can write. Nodi, in general, when a particle is in simple harmonic motion, in general, the displacement x or y can be represented by equation, general equation y is equal to A sin omega t plus or minus phi or phi naught. Sir, y is equal to A sin omega t anta helidra? Yes. For this case, general equation for the displacement is y is equal to A sin omega t plus phi naught. What is A? Amplitude, maximum displacement. Omega, angular frequency. Phi naught, where phi naught is initial phase. Initial phase athwa phase constant. Initial phase means when you start counting the time where the particle was, when time commencement, ನೀವು ಟೈಮ್ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮೋಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಈಕ್ವಿಲಿಬ್ರಿಯಂ ರಿಂದ ಶುರು ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಶುರು ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ if motion is considered if motion is considered from equilibrium, if particle motion is started from equilibrium position, that means when the particle is started its motion from equilibrium, so what is the initial phase? 0 degrees. If the particle motion is started from extreme position in the motion shuru adre, what is the initial phase? Pi by 2. If the motion is started from equilibrium but to along negative x direction, then phase will be 180. If the motion is started from extreme point but from negative x direction, the phase difference will be 3 pi by 2. ಮತ್ತೆ particle ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? Again, where the particle will come? The particle will come back to equilibrium. So 2 pi. What you understand here? In simple harmonic motion, as the time changes, the phase of the particle also changes. Phase andre enu? Status of the particle ಅಥವಾ state of vibration, ಅದನ್ನ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಫೇಸ್, ದಶೆ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಯಾವ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ after every 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, so on to n pi, phase increase adaga the particle will come back to initial state. If phase of the particle is changed by 2 pi, means the particle is coming back to initial state. Not only after 2 pi, after 4 pi, 6 pi, so on to n pi. So ನೋಡಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನೋಡಿಲಿ ಓರಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು y 90, y to o 180, o to y dash 270, y dash to o 360. Means after every 360 degrees of phase variation, the particle status will be coming back to initial state. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ y is equal to a sin omega t phi naught ಆದರೂ if motion is considered from equilibrium, phi naught is equal to 0, initial phase will be 0, then only you can use the equation y is equal to a sin omega t. That is, if a particle is moving along the straight line and if the motion is back and forth or to and fro about a fixed point, that is in linear simple harmonic motion, if particle starts from equilibrium, use the equation for displacement y is equal to a sin omega t. If the particle starts from athwa during its motion, if time commencement is started from, if particle is started from extreme point a minus a boundary C. So if the particle starts from extreme point, question, what is the time taken by the particle to cover certain distance started from extreme, started from equilibrium ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ started from equilibrium ಅಂದ್ರೆ a sin omega t, started from extreme point ಅಂದ್ರೆ a cos omega t ಬಳಸಬೇಕು. why initial phase ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 5/2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. when you substitute 5/2 here, x ಅಥವಾ y, no problem. y is equal to a sin omega t plus 90. So 90 plus theta cos theta. Okay na? Nothing is mentioned. Understood? The motion of the particle is started from equilibrium antane. So in simple harmonic motion, first equation for the displacement. What is the equation for the displacement? In general, y is equal to, in general, y is equal to displacement of particle in simple harmonic motion. Y is equal to a sin of omega t plus or minus phi. No. Fine. So if particle, if motion is considered from equilibrium, if motion is considered from equilibrium, use the equation, that is initial phase will be 0 degrees, y is equal to a sin omega t. This is the equation you have to use. Now my question is, in rectilinear simple harmonic motion, the particle is moving back and forth about the fixed point, that is equilibrium position. Maximum displacement of the particle is plus or minus a. Magnitude of amplitude of a. Now, if motion is started from equilibrium position, so what is the distance traveled by the particle? What is the distance traveled by the particle? And what is the displacement of the particle? As you know, clear difference between distance and displacement. In time t is equal to capital T. In one period, in a time t is equal to capital T, how much distance the particle will cover? Andre, if motion is started from O to A to O to minus A to O. Now one oscillation is completed. What is the total distance traveled by the body or the particle in a time equal to t? Andre 4 times of the amplitude. Whereas the displacement will be 0. Isn't it? Now, in time t is equal to t by 4. In time t is equal to t by 4. 1/4 of time period alli, what is the distance traveled by the particle? So in 1/4 of time period, the particle will go from O to A. So distance is equal to A. Displacement equal to also A. Distance and as well as the displacements are equal if motion is started from equilibrium. Okay. Now my question is, what is the time it will take? It is a common misconception. What is the time taken by the particle to cover a distance equal to half of the amplitude? That is, what is the time taken by the particle in which it should cover half of the amplitude? So, equilibrium position, the extreme position ಗೆ maximum displacement amplitude ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಟೈಮು t by 4. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ half distance ಅಂದ್ರೆ half of t by 4, t by 8 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So in such case, for every question related to time, phase, displacement, ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ನೋಡಿ, y is equal to a sin omega t ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ what is the distance it has to travel? Half of the amplitude. That is equal to a sin omega. Omega is nothing but 2 pi by t. So a cancel. So you can see sin of 2 pi by t into t is equal to 1 by 2. Sin theta is equal to 1 by 2. Theta is equal to sin inverse of 1 by 2. What is sin inverse of 1 by 2? Pi by 2. So t is equal to pi gets cancelled. Sorry, for what angle sin will be 1 by 2? Sin 30 now, pi by 6. So t is equal to capital T divided by 12. So in a time equal to t by 12, the particle will cover half of the amplitude if motion is started from equilibrium. So what is the time for remaining distance? ಈ half of the amplitude ಗೆ time t by 12. So the remaining distance ಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? t is equal to O ರಿಂದ A ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ t by 4. ಈ half of the amplitude ಇಂದ extreme position ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ t by 4 minus t by 12, that is equal to t by 6. You can observe the particle will take t by 12 seconds to cover a distance equal to half of the amplitude if motion started from equilibrium. Idhe question, what is the time taken by the particle to cover a distance half of the amplitude from extreme point if motion is started from extreme position? Time commencement extreme position ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ರಿಂದ ಈಕ್ವಿಲಿಬ್ರಿಯಂ ಕಡೆಗೆ half of the amplitude distance travel ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ? So what you have to use, don't use y is equal to a sin omega t. If motion is started from extreme point, use y is equal to a cos omega t. illa y is equal to a sin omega t plus phi naught. Extreme position ಗೆ initial phase 90 degrees. So y is equal to a cos omega t sin 90 plus omega t. So what is the distance it has to travel? Half of the amplitude. So that is equal to a cos 2 pi by capital T into, so a cancel, 2 pi by t into t is equal to cos inverse of 1 by 2. For what angle cos will be 1 by 2? 60 degrees. That is 5 by 2. 5 cancel. T is equal to t by 6. That is 1/6 of time period is the time taken by the particle to cover half of the amplitude from extreme position. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ for the calculation of these things, you must consider from where the particle motion is started. Okay. Now, one more question for you. What is the time it will take to cover the distance y is equal to a by root 2? So, question very clear. Equilibrium position rinda, if nothing mentioned, understood. Motion started from equilibrium. For y is equal to a by root 2, simple equation. An equation y is equal to a sin omega t use ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So a by root 2 is equal to a sin 2 pi by t. So the expected answer is in terms of time period only. In terms of time period only. ಇಲ್ಲ question ಅಲ್ಲಿ time period ಕೊಟ್ಟು time ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ you can calculate. So a cancel. You can see 2 pi by t into t is equal to sin inverse of 1 by root 2. So sin 45 is 1 by root 2. So that is pi by 4. So ಆಗಲೇ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದೆ, what is the time taken by the particle to cover a distance equal to half of the amplitude ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು t by 8 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So in a time equal to t by 8, reverse question ಬರ್ಬೋದು, where will be the particle after a time, so on. So phase ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. So what is the time it will take? 2 4s are 8. So t by 8. So in a time equal to t by 8, the particle will cover a distance equal to a by root 2. Next, ಈಗ ಇದೇ ಗ್ರಾಫಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೂಡ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ನೋಡೋಣ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. So displacement ಆಗಿದೆ. Once again y is equal to a sin omega t. Displacement ಆಗಿದೆ. Now it is velocity. What is the formula for velocity? General formula, rate of change of displacement dy by dt. If you differentiate this displacement equation with respect to time, you will get a d by dt of sin omega t. A is constant, amplitude is constant for given SH, sin omega t. So a sin, omega cos omega t, because dy dt of sin ax dy dx of sin ax is equal to a cos ax. So v is equal to a omega cos omega t. This is also equation you can use if time is mentioned. At some time what is the velocity andre use ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲ y is equal to a omega 1 minus sin square omega t. Why? Because Sin square omega t plus cos square omega t is 1. So cos omega t can be written as 1 minus sin square omega t. So V is equal to A omega 1 minus sin omega t. From this, sin omega t is equal to y by a. So that is y square by a square. So V is equal to, square root of alpha. So a square minus y square under square root, a square is a gets cancelled. So another formula for velocity. Velocity is asked to calculate by providing amplitude, angular frequency for a given displacement. What this equation is telling us, velocity of the particle in simple harmonic motion is different at different points. V is a function of y. At different positions in simple harmonic motion, the particle will have different velocity. You see, at y is equal to 0 means when the particle is at equilibrium, phase will be 0, omega t will be 0, V is equal to, put y is equal to 0, that is at equilibrium. When particle is at equilibrium, when body is in simple harmonic motion and when it is at equilibrium, velocity of the particle will be omega into under square root a square. V is equal to a omega. Here I am using capital A for amplitude. So this is the maximum velocity of the particle in simple harmonic motion. Particle velocity. So what is the maximum velocity of the particle? A omega, that is equal to A into 2 pi by t, that is also equal to A into 2 pi f. Maximum particle velocity. Where will be velocity of the particle in simple harmonic motion maximum? At equilibrium. At extreme position, so at y is equal to plus or minus a, means when the particle is at extreme point. Initial phase phi 90 degrees ಆದರೆ omega t is equal to t by 4, means after a time period equal to t by 4. So V is equal to 0. When you put y is equal to a, the velocity of the particle will be minimum. So the particle velocity is minimum at extreme position, maximum at equilibrium position. Now, what this equation is telling us, velocity is a function of position. Suppose, by using this equation, squaring on both sides, V square is equal to omega square into a square minus y square. So V square by omega square into a square plus V square is equal to omega square a square minus y square omega square. So V square by omega square a square plus y square by a square is equal to 1. Have you seen this equation in mathematics? This equation is in the form of x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Equation of ellipse means if you draw the graph between velocity of the particle as a function of displacement from equilibrium position, as you go away from the equilibrium position, how does the velocity of the particle will vary anta kelidaga, this equation is telling us the nature of the graph between velocity and displacement is ellipse. maximum velocity is a omega, maximum displacement will be amplitude. So a minus a plus a. If omega is equal to 1, anyone? If omega is equal to 1, if omega is equal to 1, then that equation will be, then this equation will be v square plus y square is equal to a square. This equation is in the form of circle. Circle. If angular frequency is 1, equation of nature of the circle, nature of the graph will be circle. Now, after this, we shall see acceleration. Acceleration. These are the things you must remember. At least to solve the problem, you must remember basic formulas and relations. Already we have seen displacement y is equal to a sin omega t. Velocity of the particle is a omega cos omega t. Now acceleration. Acceleration of the particle in simple harmonic motion. Here I am going to use small a to distinguish between amplitude and acceleration. A is equal to dv by dt अथवा second order derivative, second order differentiation of displacement with respect to time. So acceleration differentiation ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ velocity na a omega d by dt of a omega cos omega t. ನೋಡಿ velocity v is equal to a omega cos omega t is not always. If and only if motion is started from or considered from equilibrium, then velocity is a omega cos omega t. ಅದೇ ಮೋಷನ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ y ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಏನು a cos omega t, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ v ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ಸೊ a is equal to minus why, because d by dt of cos omega t is minus sin omega t. So here a is there, sorry, a omega ಆಯ್ತು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ cos omega t. So a omega already there, omega into omega, omega square minus a omega square sin omega t. A is equal to minus, again you can see a sin omega t is nothing but displacement equation. This is what we have seen already. If and only if the particle satisfies this equation, acceleration is directly proportional to displacement and always directed towards the equilibrium. You see, a is equal to magnitude of omega square y is not constant. Acceleration is also a function of position. Andre velocity, acceleration of a particle or a body, once it is in simple harmonic motion, it is different at different points. It is depending on position. What is the acceleration? What is the velocity? Depending on where is the particle. At different locations, the particle will have different velocity and different acceleration. Illi one more important point, acceleration is not constant. Omega square is a positive constant. Omega square is a positive constant. Yes, it is a positive constant. But y is not changing. Y is not constant. Y is changing. As time changes, the y keep on changes. So acceleration is not constant. Then laws of motion cannot be applied. Equations of motion you cannot apply. What is the displacement andre s is equal to ut plus half at square ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. Why? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ವೈ? ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. These equations of motion are valid if and only if acceleration is assumed to be constant or acceleration is assumed to be uniform. Okay. Now, at equilibrium, when particle is at equilibrium, that is when displacement is 0, at time t 0, omega t is 0, so acceleration is equal to minus omega square y, put y is equal to 0, 0. So where will be acceleration of the particle is minimum andre at equilibrium. Statement ಇದೆ a is directly proportional to y. y 0 andre a 0. So at extreme position, when particle is at extreme position, that is y is equal to plus or minus a, means after a time t by 4, ಅಥವಾ when phase is equal to pi by, ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು 0, pi by 2. Acceleration is equal to minus omega square. Omega constant ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. What is the maximum value of y? A. So this is the maximum possible acceleration. So that is equal to 2 pi by t, to magnitude 2 pi by t square into a, that is equal to 4 pi square a by t, that is equal to 4 pi square f square t square also there into a. So these are the things you must remember. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. As force is equal to mass into acceleration, you can see F is equal to ma. So F is equal to minus m omega square y. F is equal to minus ky. So simple harmonic motion equation is satisfied. So where the force is maximum? Restoring force, quite similar to acceleration. Restoring force acting on the particle is maximum when it is at extreme position. What you understand from all the three? What you understand from these three? Displacement, velocity, acceleration. Displacement, velocity, acceleration vary with time, with the same time period. Time period is same. As time changes, the position, velocity, acceleration of the particle keep on changes. Then y is equal to a sin omega t. If particle motion is considered from equilibrium position, one more thing I forgot to say, in acceleration, nature of the graph nodidre a is equal to minus omega square y. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ minus m omega square y, that is equal to minus kx. If it is asked, what is the nature of the graph between acceleration and displacement? So you can see this is in the form of y is equal to mx, equation of straight line. But slope ಏನಿದೆ? What is the slope of acceleration versus the displacement graph? Minus omega square. Slope is negative. So but it is constant. Omega square is a constant value. So the nature of the graph will be like this. So maximum displacement is a plus or minus a. Maximum particle acceleration is omega square a. Omega square a. So here theta, you can see 45 degrees constant, right? Next, ಈಗ ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಬರೆದಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, d square y by dt square plus some alpha or beta something is there into y is equal to 0. If simple harmonic motion is represented by this equation, what is the time period? What is the frequency? ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ immediately you should see that second order differentiation of displacement with respect to time is nothing but acceleration. So this is a is equal to minus beta y. So omega square, you compare with acceleration equation, minus omega square y. What is there in the place of omega square? Beta. What is omega? Root beta. What is t? Omega is nothing but 2 pi by t, that is equal to root beta. T is equal to 2 pi by root beta. So like that the problem can be solved. Now, displacement versus time graph nodidre, graphical representation nodidre, if motion is considered from equilibrium position, what is the maximum displacement? A. On either side you can see plus a minus a. So for one complete cycle time will be t, for half of the cycle t by 2. This is how you can represent displacement. So velocity is equal to a omega cos omega t. The same thing you can also write a omega sin omega t plus 5 by 2. So if the particle displacement varies like this, then how the velocity can be represented? When time t is 0, y is 0. Put t is equal to 0. At the same time, what is the velocity? When time t is 0, what is the velocity of the particle? Maximum. Sin, put t is equal to 0, sin 0, 0. Here, or you can see cos 0 is 1, maximum velocity will be, velocity of the particle velocity will be maximum. When displacement is maximum, that is at extreme point, the velocity will be minimum. The velocity will be minimum, you can see. When the particle is at equilibrium position, the velocity will be maximum. This is how the graph will be. Variation of velocity with time. Andre, displacement 0 idagle velocity maximum. Displacement maximum adaga velocity minimum. Displacement minimum adaga matte velocity maximum. Andre, yaar mundidare? Who is leading? Velocity mundide. ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಮುಂದಿದೆ? ಈ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೈ ವಿಚ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೇರಿ? t by 4. ಸೊ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟು, ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೂ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿಗೂ ಮಧ್ಯ ಫೇಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸು 5/2 ರೇಡಿಯನ್. ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ ಅಹೆಡ್. ಸೊ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ ಅಹೆಡ್ ಬೈ 5/2. ಅಂದ್ರೆ velocity of the particle is ahead of displacement by 10 degrees. So acceleration is equal to minus a omega square sin omega t. When t is equal to 0, a will be, when t is equal to 0, a will be 0. When t is equal to t by 4, check ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, when t is equal to t by 4, in the same way you can represent variation of acceleration with the time. You'll notice at time t0, displacement is 0, velocity is maximum, acceleration is 0. When at a time t is equal to t by 4, the displacement of the particle is maximum amplitude, where the velocity will be 0, but the acceleration will be maximum. What is the maximum acceleration? Minus omega r square a. So this is how the things will change. representation of displacement, velocity, acceleration as a function of time. So phase difference between velocity and acceleration again pi by 2. Phase difference between velocity, displacement and acceleration is acceleration gu displacement gu madhya phase difference 180. Velocity is ahead of displacement by 90 degrees. Velocity is, acceleration is ahead of velocity by 90 degrees. The phase difference between displacement velocity is 90, velocity acceleration is 90, ಅಥವಾ pi by 2 radian. Displacement and acceleration is 180 degrees. This is the relation, graphical relation between displacement time, velocity time, acceleration time. Now, another important calculations which are generally asked in various competitive examinations. We know in simple harmonic motion, velocity of the particle is different at different points. Is it clear? Right. Now, if particle is having velocity, if velocity of particle is, if velocity, one second, if velocity of the particle is v1 at x1, illa at position x1, when particle is at some position x1 from equilibrium, it has the velocity v1 and v2 at other position. When particle change its position from x1 to x2, obviously the velocity will change. So if it has velocity v1 at some position x1 and it has the velocity v2 at some other position x2, then what are the various possible expressions? So for convenience and for sake of simplicity, this is equilibrium position. When particle is at x1 distance ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದರ velocity v1, x2 distance ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, for example some at other point, why? Because extreme point ಹೋದರೆ velocity will be 0. So some at other point, let us say at a position x2, its velocity will be v2. What is the time period? What is the amplitude? What is the maximum velocity? What is the angular frequency? ಈ expressions ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. So ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ equation ಏನು? V is equal to omega into square root of a square minus x square. ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ x ಆಗಲಿ y ಆಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನು? Velocity is v1 when particle is at position x1. Clear? Similarly, velocity of the particle is v2 when it is at some other location, when it is at some other position x2 is v2. By solving these two, you will get a different expressions. You will get a different expressions. First, ಈ ಎರಡು equations ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ನನಗೆ angular frequency, what is expression for omega? Asked in NEET examinations. Omega ಬೇಕು, what you will do? Omega na eliminate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Omega eliminate ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ. Omega eliminate ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. So that is why v1 square is equal to omega square into a square minus x1 square. Simply I am squaring on both sides. v2 square is equal to omega square into a square minus x2 square. 6. Omega square ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ, ಈ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಏನು, ಎ. ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಮ್. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ಗೂ ಟೈಮ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ಗೂ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇದೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಗಿವನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನಿಕ್ motion, amplitude is constant. So by seeing these two expressions, you can see v1 square minus v2 square is equal to 1 minus 2 omega square a square minus omega square a square. Cancel ಆಯ್ತಾ? omega square ಏನು ಉಳಿದಿದೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? omega square minus x1 square, omega square minus x1 square, v1 square minus v2 square is equal to omega square a square minus omega square a square with omega square minus omega square x1 square minus of minus ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ x2 square. So omega square is equal to v1 square minus v2 square divided by x2 square minus x1 square. So ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ omega is equal to square root of v1 square minus v2 square divided by x2 square minus x1 square. ಅಂದ್ರೆ in the statement you can see what are the given data. In terms of given values only the expected answer. This is what the angular frequency. ಅದೇ ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್? ಸೊ ಒಮೆಗಾನ ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ v1 by v2 ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ನ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಮೆಗಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದು. ಸೊ a square minus x1 square, ಇಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರಿಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ದ್ರೆ ಸಾರಿ, ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟು use these two equations, take the ratio of the two equations, v1 square by v2 square is equal to omega square cancel ಆಯಿತು. So a square minus x1 square divided by a square minus x2 square. Simplify ಮಾಡಿ v1 square a square minus v1 square x2 square is equal to v2 square a square minus v2 square x1 square. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು? ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್. If you want amplitude, you can see you bring the terms which are having a at one side. So v1 square ಇಲ್ಲಿ a square ಇದೆ, ಈ ಕಡೆ a square ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, RHS side ಅಲ್ಲಿ v2 square minus, if I bring v2 square a square to LHS, it will become minus v2 square common ತೆಗಿತಾ ಇದೀನಿ a square is equal to, it is already there, v2 square x1 square already there. If I bring the second term to RHS, it will become positive. So that is why minus v2 square x1 square. If I bring to the RHS, v1 square x2 square. So a square is equal to v1 square minus v2 square divided by v1 square x2 square minus v2 square x1 square. So a will be square root of v1 square minus v2 square divided by v1 square x2 square minus v2 square x1 square. ಈಗ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. What is the maximum velocity of the particle? Once you know these two, you can calculate maximum velocity, maximum acceleration, even time period, frequency ಕೂಡ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. So a omega, when you multiply these two, v1 square minus v2 square, v1 square minus v2 square, something wrong here, sorry, here it is mistake. ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಬರ್ದಿದೆ, right? v1 square x2 square minus v2 square x1 square divided by v1 square minus v2 square. So now V1 square x2 square minus V2 square x1 square divided by V1 square minus V2 square. As you know, angular frequency and amplitude, if it is asked to calculate maximum particle velocity, you can see the product of these two. ಇವೆರಡನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, v1 square minus v2 square, v1 square minus v2 square cancel out. The remaining terms are v1 square x2 square minus v2 square x1 square divided by x2 square minus x1 square. Many times asked these expressions in competitive examination. Here, even if it is asked to calculate maximum particle acceleration, what is the formula? Omega square into A. You can calculate. If it is asked to calculate time period, as you know, expression for angular frequency, time period is equal to omega is equal to 2 pi by t is equal to 2 pi by omega. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ 2 pi square root of omega denominator is ulta. So x2 square minus x1 square divided by v1 square minus v2 square. So this is how the things can be related. As we have covered only parameters or important characteristics of simple harmonic motion. Still we need to see potential energy, kinetic energy, total energy. Then after, two simple harmonic oscillators in our syllabus. One is simple pendulum, another is spring pendulum. Okay, thank you. We shall continue next class.